Believe in the journey that you have been placed on, because God has a purpose for everything that you have been through. So come along with me as I share my journey with you, and my friends will come along and share their journey with you too, and know that every single thing is working together for the purpose in which God has created you.
Welcome, everybody. I am grateful to have you here tuning in tonight to the very first episode of Believe in the Journey. Now, some of you may not even understand what Believe in the Journey stands for, but we all have a purpose and we all have a journey that we've been placed in this life to follow. Now, God has placed you in many different situations, many obstacles that you've had to overcome. So, we're going to talk about that, how we got from where we were to where we are. And I want to open up tonight with a simple word of prayer, thanking God for having us here. So, if you could take a moment and close your eyes and bow your heads with me, and then we will welcome my guest, Latanya Littlejohn, and she will share with you her journey of how she's become the woman that she is. And she's also my best friend. So hopefully she won't share too many secrets about our friendship. But let's go to God in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all here together tonight, where you have been the lead in everything that we have done in our lives. You keep us safe, you keep us grounded, and you keep us close. And anything that has not been for us, you have taught us the lessons that we've needed to get to where we're going. We may not always understand what you have in store for us, but as long as we continue to be obedient to the call that you have given us, we will always arrive to our destinations on time. So thank you for tonight. Keep us covered and keep us protected. In your precious name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right. I am about to welcome my best friend, my sister, Latanya Littlejohn. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you?
I am good. Now, I'm going to start with asking you a couple of little questions. And the first one, I want you to basically introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay, well, my name's Latanya Littlejohn. I'm 44 years of age. I've been married to my husband for going on 21 years this March. I'm a mother of two, and I have a beautiful granddaughter.
That is spoiled rotten. Don't forget
Absolutely
to leave that
rotten. Absolutely rotten.
But that is good. Now, you are an author yourself, and your very first book that you did was called
Delayed and yeah.
Delayed and Not Denied. Tell us a little bit about your book.
So I wrote that story to explain to people how I found my biological family, how I overcame dealing with a disability, how I became a young mother, being a mother at 16, just my journey.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about your journey. When you became a teen parent, what was one of the scariest things that you had to encounter, from finding out that you were pregnant and just knowing that you were soon to become a mom?
Well, because of my disability, doctors said that I would never have children. And so I was in a state of denial, like, no, me pregnant? No. Can't be. But once I started feeling his movements, everything became real to me. nothing else mattered to me but his life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so was the pregnancy a challenge, or was it, like a normal pregnancy where you did not focus more on your disability or anything of that nature?
I'm gonna say for me, because he's my only child, biologically, that it was pretty easy. They didn't label me high risk or anything like that, but they did monitor me, and make sure he was okay. To know if he had any disabilities or anything, and praises to God, he's absolutely fine.
Well, that's good. Now, let me ask you about your disability, because most people may not know what that is. So, talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, I was born with spina bifida and hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus is water on the brain. The spina bifida, of course, is an opening of the spine. I doctors said that I wouldn't survive past the age of 9. I just turned 44. It has had its challenges, and as I get older, it's more challenging. But it's been. I'm just in awe that I'm still here.
Well, God has a greater plan, and man doesn't know what God knows.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that we have to be mindful of. God knows more than man. And so man will count you out faster than God ever will.
Absolutely.
And so that's one of the things that I am grateful for, and knowing that God has the final say. We don't. We just got to be obedient to what he's telling us to do. And most of us are usually stubborn and hard-headed when it comes to listening to what he's telling us to do.
Absolutely.
The first So why don't you give them some background on how we became friends? I'll let you share that story.
So we met at McCracken Junior High. I think I was a grade lower than you, but I know we had gym together, which I did not participate in, but I did dress out. We met through your cousin Jessica, and we all formed a friendship. And the locker room was always our recording studio for our songs and stuff that we used to do while dressing out. Our journey has been. We've had our ups and downs and ins and outs and disagreements, and we've always figured out how to, as adults, fix it and come back to where we were, because the relationship is important to you and I.
Now, I will say this: there have been some times where I have gotten completely frustrated with you.
Absolutely.
And I am definitely going to voice that. I might have to hang up the phone and say, you know what, I can't talk to you right now. I'm gonna call you back when I get myself together, because right now what I'm gonna say ain't gonna be nice. So let me call you back.
And that's the thing. That's the thing with me. I'm working with the spirit of procrastination. Everything that you've tried to get me to do, I fought you tooth and nail. I was not doing it. But that you never wavered. That never changed our relationship. Because, along this journey, what's meant for you may not be meant for me, and what's meant for me may not be meant for you. But, as your best friend, I'll follow you to the end of the earth with whatever you're doing. So, I am complicated, very complicated.
Yes, very much so. And I can honestly say that this friendship between us, as you said, we have our ups and downs, we have our disagreements, and we go our little separate ways. But anytime we go days or weeks without talking, we pick up that conversation just like we just stopped talking 5 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the greatest things about this friendship. Now, I'm gonna tell them the story about when I was in school and I wanted you to come with me, and how
Okay.
I knew you were gonna give me the excuse that you called me with the next morning. Okay,
But I had every intentions of going. I
no,
really did.
don't even try to tell that story. Don't even do that. Because that is not what happened. What happened was we had friends and family coming up at the school. And I asked her a week prior, are you going to be available to come with me so that you can see what I do every day at school so that you can start preparing and get yourself together to come too?
And of course, I said yeah.
She said, yes, sis, I'll be there. Don't worry about it. So I tell her, it's my long day. It's Wednesday. I don't want you to come on my short day where I just got one class. I got 2-3 classes this day. So I want you to be the full day. She said, okay, I understand. Now, y'all, that morning I get up, I'm getting dressed, and I'm saying to myself that she's going to call me and tell me, I can't go. I don't feel good this morning. Lo and behold, what
You
happened?
You got that call. Trevita.
And what you say?
Trevita, I love you. I support you wholeheartedly, but I'm not going to be able to go.
Talk about my stomach is giving me issues and I'm in pain and
my head was hurting and you name it, it was bothering me.
Yeah, so she went through all the spiel of every ailment she ever had in life. And I looked at that text message and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to put this phone down. I'm going to go and finish getting myself together. I'm going to brush my teeth. But then I got mad while I was brushing my teeth. And so I got up and I said, you know what? I am fixing to call her. So what I did was I called her. I said, now look here. I get myself up every morning and I'm in pain every day. I have left the school in an ambulance. So you can't give me no excuse that you don't feel good, your stomach hurt. I'll be there in 5 minutes. So you better have your clothes on and be ready when I get there, because no is not an answer for today.
And my answer was yes, ma'am.
I got there, picked her up, and we went on to the school, and she got to see. And so afterwards, we went to lunch together. And I told her, I said, listen, you keep yourself in a box. You got to get out of that box. If you want to be able to see the world, you got to get out of the box that you keep yourself in. Everybody else is not your concern. You are your concern. And I keep trying to get you out your box, but you won't keep staying in the box. You got to get out. Well, how do I do that was her question. I said, you got to put one foot up, lift it over the box, and bring the other foot with it. And that's going to get you out of the box. You got to be able to do that. Now, I know she was mad at me, y'all, but yeah, if you know me, you know I didn't care. I didn't, because it was a purpose for her to be able to see that and to know that if I could do it. And now, mind you, I had excuses too before I even got over there to do it, but I did. Now, I got another question to ask you.
Okay.
Over the last few years, since you have become an author and you've done some anthology books and things of that nature, have you seen any growth within your writing and being more confident in your writing?
Well, to start, I've always been an open book with what I write. Mm-hmm. I don't hold anything back. If it happened in my life, I wrote about it. I mean, you know, some of my readers felt some type of way about the things that I wrote. Mm-hmm. My life, my story. But yeah. I do feel like I've grown. I do work with, I'm still working on the procrastination, you know, because I'll write and I'll stop. I'll write and I'll cry. And, you know, something don't sit well, I'll start all the way over with something else. And but I honestly do see growth. I'm currently on my 6th or 7th book right now. So
okay, well, give us some of the titles of the books that you have written.
Okay, Delayed and Not Denied. Delayed and Not Denied. The Story of Tori was my first book. The other 5 are anthologies. I'm nervous, so
Take your time. Take your
brain's
time.
not
It's
working.
just us.
But the others are just anthologies with
Mhm.
women that I wrote that went through similar situations, or something that could have possibly been worse than what I dealt with.
Mhm. Is
But
there anything?
they're all on Amazon. You can type in my name and they all pop up.
I know one of them you shared with me. It was the Pretty Sad.
Yeah, pretty sad. I'm in volume 4, 5, and 6.
That one was really good. Even your other one, Delayed and Not Denied. I love that book as well, and that got me started in my journey to writing. You know, I wasn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's my story about you.
Go ahead.
Travita, put it in a book. It happened to you, Travita. Put it in a book. Yeah, I think I will. I'll get around to it. I'll do it. Well, Travita, this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I laid it out there for you, and I'm proud that you followed through, because you're better at following through than I am. I'll sit there and fight you tooth and nail. No, I'm not doing this right now. I'm not. I usually don't, but I did those books, and they've been a game changer for me. And if I had to do it all over again, I would do it, and would do it sooner.
Okay, now look, you talk a lot about procrastination. Now I'm gonna need you to stop procrastinating on half this stuff that you be talking about. Cause I understand I procrastinated when you brought it to me. Now, when you did, cause you brought it to me in April.
Right.
I didn't do anything with it until January 2020.
Right.
And so I mean,
my first book in 2018.
I know. And so it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I hear you talking. Yeah, I don't put all this, I'll do that extra stuff later. And yeah. I mean, but for me, it was literally, I've been sharing poetry on my Facebook page, and you kept saying, put this stuff in a book, put this stuff in a book. And I kept saying, yeah, okay, eventually I will.
Somebody needs to read it.
Yeah, and I just kept saying, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. And so eventually I did, and this is why we're here now. And so I will say the fast track from 2020 till now, I didn't procrastinate too long, but I procrastinated. So I did, actually put myself in a space to where I got outside of my comfort zone a whole lot faster than you did.
Absolutely. I will say this, like, my thing has always been, what will they think?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to get out of that mindset of what they think, because their thoughts and opinions are not mine. That's not my business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
that's one of the things that I tell you all the time. What people think of you is not your business. That's not your concern. Because as long as you let people talk to you and tell you what they think and what they feel, most of the time they'll talk you quickly out of doing what you need to do.
Right.
Because those people can't see themselves doing what you do. Right. And I keep telling you, stop talking to the people. Right. They're not encouraging you to do something. Right. If they're not encouraging you and they're giving you a whole bunch of negative things because they can't see themselves doing it, then they'll easily persuade you into not doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But you know what God has called you to do. You just got to get out of your own space, which is what I tell you all the time. Get out your own way and do what God told you to do. Because the moment you do that, everything falls into place. Right. Trust his timing, trust what he says, and he didn't give you a vision without giving you the provisions to make it come forth.
Absolutely.
So, another thing. Let's see. I'm trying to think of questions that keep us where we are, and what has been the most challenging thing that you think for yourself has been the most difficult along your writing journey, and anything that has been personal that has kept you stagnant.
Okay, I will say my personal journey. I found my biological family in 2010,
Mm-hmm.
and I lost my biological mom 3 years and 11 months later.
Mm-hmm.
I've been holding on to these people, wanting them to love me in the way that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And, without thinking, everybody doesn't love in the same manner the way that I do. I'm mushy. I am mushy. And
Yes.
I wear my heart on my sleeve, and if I'm feeling it, I tell you.
Yeah.
And most of my family, they're not like that. I mean, and not to say that they don't love me any more, any less, but they're not giving me what I want, and I want the I love yous and the hugs and whatnot. But that's what I see with that journey. And as far as the books go, I just recently started back with that. I had stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Cold turkey it was just like smoking a cigarette. I put it down. Like, I had no desire to write, and my son had a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and that little girl showed me things that nobody else has shown me, and so I started to write again for her.
Mm-hmm.
um Her and my son and my bonus daughter, my husband, they're my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I picked up my phone because I don't have a laptop at the moment, but I'm working on it. But I picked up my phone and started writing my notes, and my notes started turning into paragraphs, and paragraphs started turning into chapters. And so then I reached out to you when you started, your business. I wanted to share what I did, under you, under
Mm-hmm.
your umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thank you for reaching out to me, because you push me in more ways than I like sometimes. I'll be honest with
Absolutely.
that, because I swear, between you and my own children,
Mm-hmm.
y'all get on my nerves.
And
When
I
always
but we
trying to
love
tell
you.
me
But we love
tell
you.
me when to do something, and I just be like, okay, look here, I'm gonna get it done, but I don't need y'all
But you
blowing
do.
up my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, no,
You
no.
can
I'm
imagine
gonna
how
say no to
absolutely.
that, simply because that is not what I be needing y'all to do. But y'all gonna do it anyway. Y'all ain't gonna pay me no attention.
For the
Um,
last 30 plus years, nothing has changed.
no, it has not, and I am grateful for that. No matter when I have my whole little attitude and have my lip poked out and all of that, it is a genuine,
Fix your face.
yeah, fix your face, get your attitude together. You can go on in there and pal, you can do all of that, but we still gonna say what we said. And that's how y'all operate with me. And I'm grateful for that, because it keeps me in the space in which I need to be. I know I drive y'all crazy. I get on y'all nerves and all of that.
It
But
is what it is.
it's gonna be what it's gonna be, because this is who God created us to be. So
Right.
anyway, it's just that thing. What has been the toughest thing, um, and toughest challenge that you faced over the last few years to getting back to writing and getting back to what you desire the most? What has been that most challenging thing for you?
Um, as I get older, the spina bifida has gotten worse, and so my mind frame has always been on fixing my health.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a firm believer that God can fix anything. I'm not one of those people that feels like my delivery or my healing is on the other side. I am wielded to believe that he can fix me on this side.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in that. I don't feel like I'll live the rest of my life dealing with what doctors put out there for me. So, with that, I feel like that leads up to opening up more things to write about, more stories to share. And, I walk in that.
Yeah, because listen, they told you when you were younger that you would not live to see the
Not,
age. Yeah, and you're 44.
mm-hmm,
So God has the final say. Like I said before, man doesn't know what God knows. And you have to be able to share that and never be ashamed of what you've been through, because whatever you go through, somebody else may be going through it and may not even understand how they can get out of that.
and
So,
that's been my purpose. That's been my sole purpose. Like, living with spina bifida is not easy. In elementary school, I had to wear a baby diaper.
mm-hmm.
Um, Kids picked on me, and you know, it was out of my control. I wanted
Yeah.
to go out of school in the third grade. My mom said, "You crazy? You get not you going to school?" And
Uh-huh.
I had to go. But as I'm older, I'm looking more towards looking back at how my health was and how it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite the same, but I'm still here. I could have been dead and gone a long time ago. There's
Yeah.
been things worse that happened to me, worse than having spina bifida and hydrocephalus, but I'm still here. And so, I think I'll run on and see what the end's gonna be.
Yeah, and it's never a sprint, it's always a marathon to get to the finish line.
Absolutely.
We don't know what the destination is going to be. We just got to understand that there are going to be detours and there are going to be obstacles along the way. And yes, there's going to be times where we're going to be like, God, look here, I don't know what you got planned for me, but I ain't planning on going down this road, but you taking me down this road. So where's it going to lead me? I just got to be obedient and follow. But I got a couple of questions.
He knows that I stop and take water breaks. I mean, sometimes, honestly, I have to stop and just get myself together because it's not always easy.
It's not always easy, and it's not always rainbows and sunshine. There are days where it's difficult, and you and I can both relate to that because your condition is relatable to mine as well.
Right.
And me having Chiari malformation and having a stroke, you've been there through the time where I couldn't speak and getting mad at the doctor, and I'm looking at you like, if you don't get this man, it's gonna be a whole problem in here because I can't finish this sentence like I want to. But
that you're mad at the doctors, I'm mad too, because I'm like, why she can't talk? We talk too much for this. Like, what's wrong with her? Fix her. But
exactly.
The report of the Lord has always been the report that has and will always be the one that matters the most.
Exactly, because it was touch and go for me for a minute, and I know it scared you, it scared the kids, it scared everybody, because you guys know I talk a lot. And for me to not be able to talk and having to write stuff down and just getting frustrated, and I didn't like none of that at all. So
I'm like, she talk more than I do, and she ain't got nothing to say, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, having to write the stuff down and trying to, and I was like, I don't want to write. I don't want to do this. But writing has been my saving grace many, many times. Right. And so I am grateful for that, and it has led me to this opportunity right here. And you have inspired me to be in this space in many ways. I don't tell you often, but I tell you often enough.
Right.
And I know I get on your nerves when I say I love you, I appreciate you, I thank you, and you be like, okay, I know, no thanks necessary, and I'll be like, okay, well, I'ma still say thank you again, so you just might as well just get used to it, and you be
Right.
like, all right, I already done told you, you already said that, okay, whatever, it is what it
Yeah,
is. I'll say it
right.
again.
And it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
So having a friendship this long, what advice would you give to somebody who looks for longevity in friendships? Because people use that word so loosely these days. I feel
Right.
that they don't really understand that in true friendships, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have moments where you don't like each other, where you're not going to be willing to just pick up the phone and talk to them. You might want to pick up the phone and cuss them out or
Right.
whatever, but how are they going to be able to receive that? But if you genuinely love that person, you know that you'll be able to withstand those types of conversations.
Right.
So what advice do you have for people?
Listen to learn and not to just respond.
Mm-hmm.
Think
Yeah.
I what gets me the most is hearing people saying, if you need me, just call me. That irks me because most times when you need them, they're not there. So being a person, a woman of your word, and sticking to what you mean what you say means a lot. Like, I mean, you're more than my best friend. You're my sister. So, with that being said, with our sisterhood, there's been times where I wanted to bop you over the head because I'm taller than you. And I'm sure there's been times you wanted to kick me in the back of the knee to bring me down shorter. But,
Uh-huh.
you know, communication has always been important to me for you and I. I mean, we both have other friends, other best friends, and, those relationships are different
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of different ways. But as far as you and I, it's always been communication is key. Like, I'm never going to be the one to stop talking to you because I'm mad. I mean, you mad for what? Get over it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, who else is gonna go with me to Walmart and stand and laugh about nothing?
Chapstick, a
Yeah,
whole whole 5 minutes laughing at chapstick. I
but
mean,
you need it because you lost yours.
yeah, because I have an obsession with chapstick. I got about 4 of them that sit beside the bed. So, and it's 2 in my car right now. And it's 2 right here at my computer desk. So, that's my obsession.
Right,
So, I mean, I had to have my chapstick, but it was a serious discussion about that chapstick right there that day.
right.
So, and I know them people was looking at us in Walmart like we was crazy because it wasn't really nothing funny about the chapstick, but it was our moment. So it was good.
Those
I
are
got one other
moments that we
question.
have. Those are going to be the moments that we talk about when we're in our 70s and 80s. So, those are ours.
Very, very true. I got one other question that I'm gonna ask you. And what do you value more, money or time?
Time, because once it's gone, you can't get it back.
Very good answer.
Once it's gone, you cannot get it back. So, I advise anybody to just live in the moment, enjoy the here and now, because tomorrow may not be your tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. People have plans tonight that they are putting off until tomorrow, but they don't understand that tomorrow is not promised to us.
And
So
nobody.
take it and enjoy each and every moment that you're in and the space that you're given. I want to thank you for your time and being available to be with me tonight on my very first episode.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, this has been truly amazing. I can honestly say that I was genuinely nervous
Yeah.
and did not understand how this was going to go. But as I told you before we even got here, I had already talked to God and let him be in this space with us, because I don't do anything without him. Because without him, I'm nothing. And with him, I'm everything that I'm supposed to be.
Absolutely.
And we have to enjoy and embrace the space that we have and the time that we are given. There are going to be bad moments throughout our lives, but we can't live in the bad moments. We have to live in the good moments, because the good moments lead to a better moment, and celebrate those small steps.
Right.
So I want to thank you for being here, sharing this first moment with me. It made it a little bit easier for me, which most people never ever believe that I am shy when it comes to this type of stuff.
Right.
This is outside of my comfort zone, outside of my space. But I hope that everybody will tune in and come back and listen to the guests that will be on, and they'll be sharing their journeys. And I hope that have you back again.
Absolutely. I'm just way. And I wanted to say to you, keep going. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, it may hurt sometimes, but don't stay in it. You got to keep it moving. And I'm proud of you for doing just that.
Thank you. Last year was a true challenge for me. I lost my job. I got fired, and I ended up getting evicted, and I lost my cousin, all within a few short months of time. And that was very difficult. I didn't understand what God was trying to teach me, but I knew there was a lesson in there. And what that lesson was I didn't need to be complacent. Everything that what I was going through was setting me up to where he was directing me. And I had gotten complacent. I had gotten very comfortable with just being. And he was like, that's not where I need you to be. I need you to get up, and I need you to keep moving, because I got something greater for you on the other side. But I won't.
Dragging your feet.
Yeah, I really was. I was doing that.
In
and
this relationship, we both can't drag our feet. So
he pushed me. Yeah, he pushed me. He pushed me. He really did. But I want to close tonight with this one thing that I always say, and you know this to be true. Stop minding God's business, because God is God all by himself. He doesn't need anything from us. All he needs is us to be obedient to where he's calling us to go. So mind your business and stay out of God's, and everything will fall into place. I love you guys, and I thank you all for being here with us tonight.
Believe in the journey that you have been placed on, because God has a purpose for everything that you have been through. So come along with me as I share my journey with you, and my friends will come along and share their journey with you too, and know that every single thing is working together for the purpose in which God has created you.